138 Republican lawmakers from 38 different states have now signed on to a letter demanding that all 50 states not only conduct ballot audits to, see if Donald Trump did in fact win, but also, if those audits show fraud, to decertify their electoral results, scrub their voting rolls, which I guess means kick everybody off and everybody in the state has to go re-register to vote. And then, I don't know what, maybe just have a new election? 138 state lawmakers. These are people who have already been elected. They are serving in office. They are making decisions and writing laws that affect you, and they're friggin' wackos. Demanding that every state conduct ballot audits, even though there's no evidence of voter fraud. And then if you can find any, good, we get to decertify the 2020 election results and scrub your voting rolls. Like, that, to me, honestly, is the craziest part. Like, you're going to come to a state of Florida and be like, screw it, nobody's registered to vote anymore. Every single one of you go head down to the DMV's office and re-register to vote. Yeah, the line is going to be long, it's going to suck, it's going to be painful, but, we got to do what Trump wants us to do. Because at the end of the day, that's what this is. This is, we want to do what Trump wants us to do. And we want all 50 states to go through this very painful and unnecessary process. There is no hope whatsoever for the Republican Party. Like, none at all. The entire party should be left to die. But this is just getting outrageous at this point. How do you fight back against this level of crazy? How do you convince the public that they are electing crazy people to office? Because that's what it is. And I don't care if that's not a nice thing to say. I don't care if that's not an appropriate thing to say. These are crazy people, folks. We have crazy people writing laws at the state level who are now basically pushing for the entire 2020 election from 50 states across to be wiped out and then to kick you off the voting roll. I never thought I'd see the day. I, honest to God, never thought I'd see the day. I have seen Republicans gerrymander. I've seen Democrats gerrymander. We have seen them cast out ballots that were totally, perfectly fine. We have seen them ignore instances of fraud when it's within their own party, but I never in my life thought I would see 138 different lawmakers come out and say, screw it, burn the whole thing down, and let's start over. There's plenty of institutions here in the United States that need to be metaphorically torn down and rebuilt into something that works. But the electoral process isn't exactly one of them. Yes, reforms need to be made. Let's start with getting rid of the Electoral College. Let's start with getting rid of electronic voting machines. Hand-counted paper ballots, folks. Sounds simple, but there's way less chance of any kind of fraud with that. You gotta have a receipt. And most of these electronic voting machines don't give it to you, and that's what Democrats have been screaming about for years now. But to just straight up say that we're throwing out the entire results of a presidential election because our feelings are hurt because our guy didn't win? Republicans are the snowflakes. Republicans are the wimps. Republicans are the whiners. Republicans are the babies. And they're trying to destroy this country because they're just so sad that Donald Trump didn't win. If you can't get enough Ring of Fire, we encourage everyone to subscribe to our channel for fresh video content 7 days a week. And for even more from me, you can follow me on all social media outlets, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Fair and Balanced.